Hans, give him the solution.
In the world of less than lethal weapons, the Taser system has an unrivaled track record in dealing with violent aggressors.
Let go of the knife! Jam me your back!
Because it stays connected to the firing unit by wires, it is strictly limited to a range of 35 feet.
But that's not every application we need out there. A lot of our customers, particularly in the military, need to be able to engage out further.
So, how do you take what many people consider to be the greatest less than lethal option on the planet and make it even better? You turn it into the X-Rep, Extended Range Electronic Projectile. Now, you take all that capability and you can fire it out of a standard 12-gauge shotgun. Packed with technology, the X-Rep is the most advanced projectile ever to be fired from a 12-gauge shotgun. Free from any restricting wires, it can reach out to roughly twice the distance of the x26. And despite its tiny size, it packs the same taser punch and shocks just a little longer than its predecessor.
We think that this is revolutionary. If you think about it, the primary means of resolving interpersonal conflict or the primary means of personal protection for the last 400 years has been the bullet. Well, we're giving the bullet an overhaul. Now we're not just talking about throwing a small piece of lead at somebody. We're talking about throwing a very high-tech integrated weapon platform that can spin stabilize in flight, that can reach a target accurately, that can impact, deploy electrodes, and deliver taser neuromuscular incapacitation at extended ranges. We think 50 years from now, the world's going to be a very different place because of this device. This was going to change everything.
To create the X-Rep, Taser took the key components from their highly successful X26 and managed to pack all that and more inside the standard 12-gauge shotgun cartridge. Powered by a miniature battery as small as the one found in your wristwatch, this X-Rep engine generates the same concentrated electrical pulses as its big brother. These microelectronics are automatically switched on as the projectile exits the gun barrel, initiating the pulse cycle. An instant later, 3 spring-loaded fins pop out to spin stabilize the round. On impact, the nose section of the unit embeds into the target, but the back of the unit separates, staying attached by Kevlar wires. As it falls, the pendulum force from the rebound swings a second set of electrodes onto the target. This creates a larger area for the pulses to work on, spreading out the electrical shock.
The technologies you can imagine to make this happen was a lot of work. We had to take everything in these Taser devices and shrink it down to this.
That's incredible.
This is the X-Rep engine. It's smaller around than a dime, weighs less than a nickel, 2.4 grams, yet the electrical output of this tiny little electronic module can drop the largest, scariest people on the planet.
But all that technology is useless if it doesn't hit the target. How easy is it to hit a human-sized silhouette with an X-Rep at the maximum effective range of 65 feet? It's very accurate and shockingly easy to use.
I'll tell you what, not only do you get the blunt trauma of this thing hitting you in the chest, boom, pop, hits you, then this thing swings down, catches inside. Now all that voltage is swimming through the body.
The greatest concern that our military has today is being able to engage that suspect at a range that's safe for the warfighter.
Kevin Williams manages the development of government and military programs for Taser International.
This projectile is revolutionary in that respect. With the tools that they have today, the beanbag rounds, the blunt impact munitions, maybe 50% of the individuals that they use those on are going to fight right through them, continuing that threat to the warfighter. Hopefully, this system will take that individual down on the first try and create that incapacitation so the warfighter has the upper hand.
What we want to do here is show the actual physical effects of what's going to happen once that round makes contact with the body.
On the firing range, I proved the X-Rep's accuracy. Back in the controlled environment of the test room, it's time to see its stunning capabilities.
You ready, brother? Thanks, man.
To save our buddy from a big bruise, we're going to trigger the pulse manually.
There you go. That's great right there. Boom. Perfect. Now, how did that feel?
My toes curled back to touch my behind.
Because the X-Rep is effective and accurate at twice the range of the X26, you have to cover more distance to apprehend the target once he's down. Not a problem. The designers have also increased the duration of its pulse cycle to a full 20 seconds.
You're done, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no way I could fight through that.
With 20 seconds, you've got enough time now to make an informed decision about how you're going to respond to that individual.
So, if the knockdown effect of the blunt trauma doesn't get you, then 20 seconds of neuromuscular incapacitation definitely will. A weapon like this is obviously going to be effective in any number of situations. But let's look at a typical scenario. After a robbery goes wrong in a busy shopping mall, this armed and dangerous man is cornered by the police. There is no way out. In desperation, he threatens the lives of innocent bystanders caught up in the chaos.
Nobody's going to hurt you.
It's a fast escalating, potentially deadly situation.
Get out now! Get out! Get out now!
In the past, the only option for the police was to use lethal force to remove the threat without further endangering the hostages. Now, X-Rep gives you another option.
I'll kill him! I'll kill him!
The officers have a full 20 seconds to get control of the bad guy and end the threat.
Don't move. Don't freaking move.
The officers were able to fire without any fear of injuring innocent bystanders, and this guy is also completely unharmed, so he'll live to tell the tale to the judge. With the X26 and the brilliant invention of the X-Rep, Taser is leading the way in less than lethal options.